Hey guys, today I'll be teaching you how to make a Ganesh statue. This will be my reference, so let's get started. I'll be using acrylic paints in the colors white, yellow, red, blue, and green. I'll also be using some plastic sheets to put the paint on. Make sure you have a few of these. I'll also be using a pencil for a sharp tip. And I'm going to be using air dry clay in the Crayola brand. So first, open up your bag of clay and take out a little piece. I'm going to color this clay peach by mixing red and white. Now take some of the paint and flatten out the clay so you can put it in the middle. Once you're done with that, mix it up together until the clay becomes a light peach color. This will be used for the skin. So take out a little piece and roll it into an oval shape. This will be the head. Smooth out any creases and that's it. Next, take a smaller piece of peach clay to make the trunk. Stretch it out into a coil and you can curl the tip. You can take a sharp point to define the edges. Now you can see if it matches the face and then you can put it on. Make sure it's secure. You can use the back of your nail or any other tool to secure it onto the face. Once you're done with that, take some more peach clay and now we're going to make the ears. This shape is kind of hard to explain, but I think you get the idea. You just have to pinch out the edges. Once you have two of them, you can attach them to the head. Make sure it's secure, just like the trunk. Here I'm using the back of my nail again. I found that it's difficult to color air dry clay, so I'm just touching up the paint here. Next we're going to make the body, so take another piece of peach clay and roll it out into a squarish circle shape. Now pinch out the sides. These are going to be the shoulders. Once you're happy with that, you can put on the head and see if it fits. Once you're happy with the way it looks, you can attach it on. Now take a piece of regular colored clay and color it red. Next, roll it out into a coil. This will be for the band around the waist. Now you can put it around the waist and cut it down to size, then smooth out any lines. Don't worry about the back because that will be covered at the end. Next, take another piece of clay and color it yellow. This will be used to make the feet. Roll it out into a thick oval shape and make one side skinnier than the other. Now you can try to put it onto the statue so it looks like it's sitting. Now take your sharp tip and make little lines. This will be the ruffle in the fabric. Next, take another piece of yellow clay to make the other foot. These will be used to make the legs. Here I'm just taking some scissors to cut the clay down in half. Smooth out any rough edges and attach it to the sculpture. Next, take a pointy tip and make more ruffles for the fabric. You can always define these later. Now we're going to add the arms. So take some more peach clay and split it in half and roll it out into a coil. Once you've made it into a coil, you can shape the arm so it looks like it's holding something. I'm just cutting it down to size. This is a trial and error process, so keep trying until it looks proportional to the rest of the sculpture. Once you're happy with how it looks, you can attach it to the sculpture and secure it down. Make the hand outstretched so it can be holding a flower later. Make the other arm, but make the hand pointing outwards instead of to the side. So now I'm just making sure that the fingers are separate from each other. I'm going to use a pointed tip to separate it, and I can also use my nails. Air dry clay is a little hard to make small details with, but if you keep trying, you'll get the hang of it. I just bent the hand a little bit forward so it'll be easier for it to hold the flower. So now I'm just taking my pointed tip and adding some details, like I'm adding a belly button and some other details. Take your time because these details are really important. Next, we're going to be adding the feet. Since we already have the legs, the feet should be easy to position. Take some more peach clay and roll it out into an ovalish shape. Size it down according to the rest of the body. This shape is hard to explain, but I think you can see what I'm doing here. Make one side significantly thinner than the other. Once you're happy with how it looks, you can secure it onto the leg. Now I'm going to be taking my pointed tip and differentiating the toes from each other like I did with the fingers. Next, I'm going to be making the other foot. They should be relatively similar in size, but if it's not perfect, it's okay. You can always smooth it down in the back so it's secure and doesn't fall off. Again, the back will be covered. So that's how the feet look like, and here I'm just making the fingers differentiated again. Next, I'll be making the flowers. For this, you'll need green paint and blue paint. Here I'm making the petals. You need 4 blue petals, 4 green petals, and you need the middle of each flower in different colors. The middle is just a circle as the petals are just ovals. So here I'm forming the green flower, and it has a blue middle. The other flowers should be blue petals and a green middle. Now you have to attach it onto the hand. If this falls off, you can always glue it down because air dry clay gets hard fast. There I just added a hat. It's just a cone with a little cone on top. I'm also adding a coil so it looks like the brim of the hat. I added 2 handles, an oval, and 2 diamonds. I'm making the hat a goldish orange color, and I'm going to be painting the diamonds a green color. The oval shape, the oval gem, should be red. Now I'm making the eyes, which are just ovals with pointed ends. Here I'm using glue to put the eyes on because the face is already dried. The eyes should also be made from white colored clay. You can move them around until you think the position looks right. Let it dry for a few hours. Next, I'm using a pen, and after putting 2 small circular pieces of clay on, I'm using the pen to color the eyes. Next, I'll be using a red pen to make this design on the trunk. I practiced it on a sheet of paper first so I wouldn't mess up. Use a Sharpie pen because it works really well on acrylic paint. And this is what it should look like. It took a few tries, but it came out nice. Next, I'm going to be adding some designs onto the crown using an orange Sharpie. I also added an Ohm symbol onto the top of the hat. These are just going to look like rings on the sides of the hat. Next, I'm going to be rolling out a piece of clay into an ovalish shape. I'm using my clipboard to roll out the clay on. So I'm taking a big load of air-dried clay and I'm rolling it out. Here I'm using a cup because I couldn't find my rolling pin. Make sure that the sculpture fits on the oval before you cut it down. Here I'm using scissors, or you can use an X-Acto knife, and I'm cutting it down into an ovalish shape. It doesn't have to be perfect because you can always smooth out the sides at the end. And this is what it should look like. I took 2 pieces of long coils of clay and twisted it to make the border. I also painted the background black. Here I painted the coils blue and green, but you can change up the colors if you like. The last step is to glue the sculpture onto the frame. Make sure you let it dry for at least a day. And this is the final product. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. Bye!